Hi, it's Laura, and I'm going to give you a tour of our homeschool room for Mahogany Homemaker's Homeschool Vlog Hop. This is, well, first of all, we are very lucky that we have a whole, pretty much, I don't know, it's a good half of our basement that we use for our homeschool area. So, we're down in our basement now, and this is, let me just give you a little kind of walk around here. It goes all around the corner there. But let me start over here. This is just a little sitting area with the rocking chair. So we do, like if we want to do some reading and stuff, a lot of times we go upstairs for that. But, I don't know, it's just a cozy place to sit. And here's my big IKEA shelf, the cube shelf that they have there. And then these are all bins from Target. And I saw somebody else, I forgot who it was, somebody else had the same bins I do. It's kind of neat. In one of the other vlog videos. But anyway, up here are, we have a lot of magazines. So I put them, those are the little magazine holders from IKEA. So most of them are organized by date, not all of them. Puzzle Buzz and Puzzle Mania and highlights, stuff like that. And then going down a little bit, we've got, that's Hooked on Phonics, and we have some of our curriculum over here. Handwriting, I've got just a whole bunch of different handwriting things that we've tried. And, of course, we're not using any of them now. And, let's see, we've got science, history is over here, with some of the overflow up here. And then this is a very big mess of science stuff in this one. It's too much to fit in the bin. It's actually... yeah, there's just a lot. But then there's overflow up here as well. The bins on the bottom are for my younger kids. They're like Duplos and blocks and things like that. So while we're doing work, they have something else to play. They all actually do work, schoolwork with us. But, you know, they don't do a whole load like the older kids do. So anyway, over here is... well, here, let's go over here first. Maybe my birds will be quiet. I have two library shelves, and what I've done is I started labeling the books just like at the library, and then I use Library Thing, so I can, you know, look up the topics, look up the books, see if I own the books. If we're looking for a book to go along with something, I can see if I have it, because we do have a fair amount of books, and this is not anywhere near all of our books in these shelves, but anyway, that is definitely a work in progress. And those are my birds. Rocky and Chipper, also known as Mr. and Mrs. Messy, because they make a mess all over the place, which is why they're down here. But we spend so much of our day down here, they would get lonely upstairs anyway. But anyway, this is, let's see, that's a whole stack of curriculum down here on, can you see, on the right, where I need to sell it or donate it or whatever, and all those videos are, I need to get rid of those, or some of them I want to put on DVD. I bought a thing to do it, and I haven't gotten around to that. But anyway, and these over here are two of my kids' desks, and then the third one's over there, but they're all the same setup. They've got, each have an office chair. Those little desks are from IKEA. They were really inexpensive, and then they each have a little pull-out bin with drawers for their stuff, which is handy. I got the bin things at Aldi's, actually, and they were $14.99, I think. But they do sell them at Office Max, too, I know. And the reason they all have unmatching chairs is because my husband's office was getting rid of them. They were moving the office, and they were getting rid of all the old furniture, so I took them, and we're using them. I want to get matching IKEA chairs at some point, but for now, these are great. They go up and down, so the kids can be at the height that they need. Anyway, and then we used to do the workbox system, so I had all these shelves set up for the kids, but we don't do that anymore. Now the shelves are just here to hold extra games and things like that. And I will say that it took me, being a parent for 24 years, to figure out that putting the games and puzzles on their sides works a lot better. I don't know why I never thought about that before, but the kids can pull them in and out just like a book. When I used to stack them the other way, the boxes would get crushed, and they were hard to get the ones on the bottom. So this works out really, really well. And they're not in any particular order, and these are not this kids' games or anything. They're just sitting here. But anyway, and then the kids each have a bulletin board to use. And then behind this curtain here is our extra storage. This is my storage room for my sewing stuff. So I've got flannel and stuff down there, but we've got snap circuits down at the bottom and just various educational games and things like that. And this is an unfinished room, so I like to keep that curtain shut because I don't like looking at it during the day. Anyway, and then this is my youngest son's desk over here with his little booster on it, because that chair does not actually go up and down, but it worked out fine. He can still spin, so he's happy. And then my office, I'll peek in here, but it's really messy. Stacks of stuff, but that's my office and my sewing room. It goes back to the left. There is my sewing machine behind that wall. Okay, so this is, let me back up a little bit here. This is where we sit most of the time, and I sit back in the chair over there. So it's really handy. The shelves that I got worked out really well because I can reach where the caddy is and the Kleenex box. I can reach that really easily, and all my stuff's there. Excuse me. And so the kids will come over one by one, or two, or even all three, depending on what's going on, and work with me, or they'll still work by themselves over there. Let's see, so I'll show you what's over here. Binders. Lots of binders. Oh, and extra pencils. Binders. This is, we used to use McRuffy, so there's a lot of, I gotta go through and get rid of some of that extra McRuffy stuff. More binders. This is Math Mammoth, and stuff we're actually using is right here, Logic of English. And the popcorn bin is actually not for popcorn. I use that because it's a really easy place to toss scraps of garbage while we're sitting at the table. I don't have a big garbage can over here, so. Let's see. There's our phonogram flashcards for Logic of English, dry erase stuff. These are just little organizer trays that I got at Container Store. And the All About Spelling tiles. We don't use the program anymore, but I still use the tiles. And this is really handy because I can reach this from where I'm sitting too. So let's see. And our globe. And our current whiteboard, but I'm going to take the advice of some of the other, there was 2 other people at least that were talking about going to Home Depot and getting a board to put up for whiteboards. So I'm going to do that so it'll fit, but I really wanted one that was going to fit better up there. And here I've got, that's my book binder. And I've got like Velcro dots in that one. And usually, oh yeah, that doubles as my salt tray, because the kids don't know where I keep it, or they'd have salt all over. And just like library pockets and things are in there. Bunches of books and workbooks and whatever. Overflow from our bookshelf is here. More binders. And then we've got sheet protectors, laminating sheets, manila folders, the comb binding things, extra paper. I have more of that in my office too, but just wherever it would fit. Here's, these are the bins from when we used to do the work boxes, which we don't do anymore. And underneath the mess, there is our file folder, games. And what's in here? Oh, hot dots. Kids love those. They have a little pen, and they have, they can pick the answer and see if it's the right one. And then I bought a bunch of the sheets too, so I can make my own. I haven't really done a lot of that yet. And an abacus. Very old. That was from when my husband was a boy. This is our science bin that needs to get cleaned out. And then these each have something different in them. Zoo animals and nuts and bolts are in this one. And then the magnetic wand and the bingo chips are in that one. So those are just like, if the kids want to play something, they can come over and grab one. That was an experiment gone bad in there. Colored pencils. Down here, this, besides the random dog tile, which we don't even have a dog anymore, but those are books that need to be fixed. So that's my book first aid box. And then here we've got just the counting bears, scissors, math manipulatives, Matthew C blocks, which we don't use Matthew C anymore, but we still use the blocks. And this is, if you haven't seen this before, this is an Expert, which is really fun. The kids love it. Anytime I get it out, they go crazy. Excuse me. This, you plug in all of these different little things, and it will randomize and pick a person, or the kids can buzz in. Like when you're playing a game, they can buzz in to see who gets buzzed in first. So we might play a game like sit on the carpet over by the map on the wall, and I'll say, who thinks they can find Florida? And the kids will buzz in and jump up. Whoever buzzes in first then gets to jump up and point to Florida on the map. So, but you can use this for all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of ideas on the instruction book. And I got that from Amazon. It's a really great toy. Well, toy learning thing, whatever. It's fun. Hold on, I'll be done in just a minute. And some more books from McRuffy over here. And we've got Home Art Studio DVDs and Life of Fred over there. And just some various preschool stuff like sorting the pom-poms into the colored buckets. And it's actually a postal scale, but to weigh things. But that's about it. That is our schoolroom. I'll give you another shot around here. Sitting area in the shelf area. TV area with the fireplace, because it does get cold sometimes in the winter. It's not properly, it's heated down here, but it's maybe 5 or 10 degrees colder than the upstairs, so it gets a little chilly. Just a second. And there's our bookshelves and our birds and the easel. And again, this is where we do most of our work, right here. And I guess that's about it. Thank you for joining me on the tour of my homeschool room. I really am having a great time looking at everybody else's, and I've gotten a ton of ideas. So thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.